last night, my nephew texted me, and he's asking me about an irrevocable trust. He's wanting to get into real estate. In his words, he studies all the time, wanting to learn all the things, and he's wanting to set up this irrevocable trust in order to get his first deal. And this is all by text. First he's asking about the irrevocable trust. And, they certainly have their place. I mean, they're a very useful tool. But we're talking about a kid, or really he's no longer a kid. I still see him as a little kid. But, he's almost 30 years old. And he's wanting to get into investing in real estate. And while I applaud the curiosity, the reaching out, talking to people who have experience, all of that is important, very important. But I asked him what his goal is, and his goal is he wants to start building, he wants to start getting into real estate, he wants to, he studied it, and he told me this before, a year or so ago. Oh, I study all the time about it. This is all I talk about, all I do. And the first thing that comes to mind is, why don't we focus on underwriting deals? Why don't we focus on, getting offers out? Why don't we focus on acquiring the first deal and not even worrying about the little details like that? While they're important, there's nothing wrong with buying your first deal in your own name. There may be some advantages to it. The financing available, or, whatever the case may be. You don't have to have these fancy infrastructures or fancy entities in order to be able to do your first deal. And I asked him, I said, how many deals have you underwritten? Well, what do you mean? Tony, how many deals have you actually looked at all the numbers, and, how many deals are you looking at every day? And he's like, well, I look all the time. I said, well, when you're looking, what are you looking for? Well, I look at everything. And then I ask him, well, what's your purpose of what you're looking at? What's your intentions? Well, I want to grow a real estate portfolio. Okay, what are you going to do with that real estate portfolio? And these are all important questions, and this is why I'm prompting him to answer these, is because you got to know what you're going to buy and what the purpose is of your purchase. I highly encourage everyone to get in real estate, even now when everybody's afraid, especially when everyone's afraid. I think there's as much opportunity out there right now as there's ever been. I'm seeing in my own market, and I'm in Central Texas. I'm not afraid to tell you, because I think there's plenty to go around for everyone. You can shop the MLS, which is the multi-listing service. You can shop the primary MLS and find deals on the MLS that cash flow right now. Just doing basic deals where you purchase a house, you put 15 to 20% down, and you set it up as a rental property. With the rents in my area, they will cash flow. Are you gonna be a multimillionaire after purchasing one house? No, not in the least. That's not what's gonna happen. But it will create, $300, $400, $500, $600 in cash flow, depending upon the deal that you get. So going back to Tony and going back to, underwriting, I'm like, let's focus on underwriting deals. Let's evaluate. Let's figure out what you need to buy in order to make money, because his goal is just a blanket to get wealthy. Well, that doesn't really define anything. Everybody wants to be wealthy. We've got to define what we're going to do. We've got to define the property. We've got to define the location. We've got to define all the things that are going to create our success. And this is just, I really want people to dial in a little bit. You know, myself, I look at 2 1s and 3 1s. I do a lot of Section 8 myself. The rent factors for Section 8 are phenomenal in my area. And I can buy these Class C properties, Class D properties, and be in them really nice and get great cash flow. But that's not everybody's strategy. You know, there's a premium market out there. There's a middle ground market. I mean, your B- properties. But until you do the math and you do the homework and you know what each neighborhood and what each area's rents bring in the area, you really don't even know what you're shopping for. You don't know what you can spend. You don't know what your return on investment's going to be. You know, if you spend $20,000 down on a $100,000 house, you know, are you going to get that money back? I mean, you're going to make $4,800 a year on that, you know, $400 a month. So break it down, but don't get caught up in the minutia that I've got to have this special trust in order to do my first deal. Go out there and evaluate. Take your earnings from your job. I highly encourage you to keep your job. Keep doing what you're doing, and take those earnings and put it into something that's going to leverage your time. You know, that $400 a month isn't just super sexy when you do your first deal. Now, it got me super excited, and I wanted to do more because I saw the path that this could provide for me. I saw what this could do, and I saw it quite quick and easy. And I'm not your brightest crown, you know? But what this does is it puts you on the path. Do your first deal. You know, if you need to change the structure of a house, you know, the legal structure or the legal status of a house, you know, move it to a trust or something like that, all that can be done at some point. But don't get caught up in creating all of this and everything has to be perfect and everything has to be structured in order to do this deal. Get out there, look at deals, and more importantly, make offers. You know, it doesn't matter if you underwrite 50 deals a month and then you put out 0 offers. You've got to put offers out there. Maybe the deals don't work where you underwrite them, but maybe they've been on the market for 30 days. Maybe they've been on the market for 60 days. Especially in this market coming out of, you know, December and January, there's some older inventory on the market, which we haven't had for a while. So take your time, put some offers out. There may be motivated sellers out there that'll give you a 25, 30, 40% discount on houses. I see it all the time. I'm not afraid to put a 50% discount on a house. You know, if a house is on the MLS or it's out there and it's sent to me in a wholesale deal or something like that, they want $100,000 and it's a $50,000 house, put the $50,000 offer out there. Put what it's really worth, you know? But when you put your offers out, be prepared to do the deals that you're doing, you know? Have your relationship with the bank made. Have your money in order, you know? Local banking relationships are very key. But right now, this is a great market to build relationships, to do deals, because not everybody's seeing get rich quick with real estate. And that's a bonus. That's a benefit to you because everyone's afraid, it creates more opportunity for you. You're not following the mass. And generally when everybody's interested in doing real estate and everybody's wanting it and they think it's the right time to do it, well, that's when it's oversaturated and it's probably the wrong time to do it. So I just wanted to share some thoughts with you. Take action, write deals, write offers, have your money squared away, be ready to do a deal.